people are getting married. Like, my friends are all getting married. Everybody is just, and I'm asking myself, like, when I come back home to Nigeria, whose wedding will I attend? Because by then everybody would have married finished. What is happening? Problem. Hey guys, welcome back to Adaz Place. My name is Ada, and here we do knowledge tips in the midst of vibes. Today, hey, I'm coming to, I won't say rant, but I won't even say complain. I'm just coming to talk about some of the downsides to living abroad. I mean, the most obvious reason, you miss out on occasions, like a lot of occasions going on back home. And the funny thing is that here you don't even have a place to go about the year. Like, nobody's even and 2020 hasn't even made it like very easy for us. Even when you decide to maybe meet up with friends, you can't even meet up with a lot of people. You guys can have house parties and all that because you have to pay attention to the rules, the restriction rules for the COVID-19 and all that. So it's even making it a little more depressing. And to see that it's like this COVID-19 did not really reach Nigeria. Like, people are just living their lives. We are currently in the second wave. We are in the second lockdown. And people are just getting married left, right, and center. And I'm asking myself, whose wedding am I going to attend when I get back home? Everybody's just we are missing out on a lot of occasions. Nobody tells you this when you travel outside. Of course, you would think, oh, okay, when you go, you also have occasions there. There are occasions here, but they're not as spicy as the occasions back home, if you know what I mean. They're not as sweet as the occasions back home. Here you just be trying to behave like you're just trying to comport yourself. You're trying to comport yourself and you're trying to show your home training, but it's not the same way. It's not the same thing if you go home. Another painful part of living abroad is having to watch your parents grow old before your eyes, or probably before the eyes of WhatsApp video calls, and you're just every time I call my mom, every time I call my dad, like, I see them, they're getting old and I'm not even there to be with them, and it's very painful. But what can I do? Like, really, what can I do? Normally I can come back home, but it's not very easy to just carry your bag. It's actually very expensive traveling back to Africa, and even traveling to Nigeria, it's on a whole different level of expensive. But and then with the COVID-19 restrictions again, you're not even sure that if you go home, there's a possibility you're going to come back, because the airports might not be open. A lot of stories behind the whole thing. So it's just better for you to just stay here. But having to watch things go on at home, your family, your siblings, everybody is doing something. You're doing your own thing, but it's not the same thing, when everybody's at home. And then having to see your parents gradually become older, you're not even there to it feels like when you see them during a video call, or maybe the age appears more, probably because you're not with them every time, you're not always with them at home. One that is, I won't say it's personally paining me too much, is that when it comes to do with food, don't get me wrong, it's not like you wouldn't see African food stuff abroad. I wasn't really looking for African food in China though, because I had some food. Like, I always traveled with food whenever I come back to Nigeria. Although I didn't go back to Nigeria a lot, I was always minding my African food. And then we always had like different, when you go to the market, there's always something to buy that you can just join, and food will just be ready. But here in Europe, it's different. It's either potato or oh my god, like, I'm learning now. I consciously go on YouTube to find different ways to cook potato. I'm trying to also understand how to eat cheese. It sounds really funny, but I don't understand cheese. I don't know how to eat it. So I'm really trying to understand how you eat it, how you used to make, different types of food, different recipes and all that. And something else is the salad. Like, here you eat salads a lot. For me, or maybe for most Africans, salad is something like a side dish. It's not the main meal. You get, you eat it with something. You eat it with rice, even if, or you even eat it with plenty chicken, you get, so that the chicken is like the foundation of the salad. But here, you eat salad like a dish, and I'm like, okay. So whenever there is salad, I'm like, okay, I hope you have the main dish. But yeah, the thing is, even if you go to the African shops here, things are quite expensive. And yeah, even if you might the African shop here in Europe is even more plentiful compared to what is in China. Here you find more things in the African shop, but in China you find very few things. But you can't compare it when you're in Nigeria. In Nigeria you find everything, even bobo we say, like the local spices, those eru, all those things, all those small things. But hey, you might not really find them here, so you have to keep improvising a lot when it has to do with cooking. The good thing is that at least you have food to eat, right? So yeah. Then brings me to the next one. Hair. Ha. If you're planning to travel to the abroad, better learn how to make hair. Even if you don't know how to make on yourself, learn how to make on other people, because one way or the other it might help you. When you come here, you might make other people's hair for them to make your hair, or you just end up making your hair yourself, because it's quite expensive for people to make your hair, and sometimes you may not even see someone to make the hair for you. In China, I had friends that could make my hair for me, so we're always making each other's hair. Bolu, shout out to you, goodie. Man, you guys really saved my life. I didn't know what I had until when I came here. My hairstyling skills have gone up because I now make my hair here myself. Nobody to make it for me, so I go to YouTube. Like, YouTube is just your best friend when it comes to YouTube just helps you figure almost everything out. You go to YouTube, watch how other people are making their own hair. You end up making your own hair that way. If you need to see my own hair, I even need to change this, but I have no clue what to do. And then if I were at home, I could probably go to a hairdresser's place, buy hair extensions, go there and just let them just freestyle, razzle dazzle, beautify me. But here, even if I just say beautify me, I'll end up beautifying myself. But the thing is, here, even if you just do anyhow, people still admire it, people still appreciate it, because they don't really know the difference between like really crispy hair, with like really fine hair, compared to in Nigeria. I don't just carry something looking funny. People like, waiting happen. Are you okay? Yeah. So once you're here, once you're living abroad, you have to figure out how to take care of your hair and your basically everything that's to do with your makeup. Oh, okay, I wouldn't say everything makeup, yeah, because here you have some beauticians and some people that can even help you with makeup, and there are some makeup lines that are now bringing in, makeup cosmetics for colored people and all that. So when it comes to nails, so here there are professionals with nails. I don't really make nails, so I don't know much about that, but hair is the one that is very important to me, and it's not easy, I tell you. Something else that is very, I wouldn't say annoying, but it can really be a pain in the, yeah, when it has to do with visas. God. Maybe if you're living in a continent like Asia, where you have to apply for visas to go to anywhere, you can't just move around. Let's just say you can't just travel to another country anyhow you like. But maybe if you're in Europe, minus the whole COVID-19 situation, at least you can travel to other EU regions, as long as you're within the EU area, apart from the UK that just had the Brexit. But if you're within the EU regions, you can travel to other places without the visa, and that's the little privilege you have. However, if you're going to other countries like the UK, because most Nigerians are in the UK, I have friends in the UK, but I really can't go to the UK because I need to apply for visas, and you can't just browse into the embassy to apply for a visa. You need to be ready, like you need to get some requirements set in order to get the visa. And it's not although it gets easier, but it's not a very easy process. Sometimes when you even think of, like, sometimes there are places I really want to go to, but if I think of the visa process, I'll be like, I beg, we'll go we'll watch it online. We'll do the enjoyment online. We'll just imagine ourselves, like in the imagination, imagine myself. Since I wanted to go to Bali, Indonesia, I'll be like, no, I'll imagine myself in Bali, and that's it. I am going nowhere. Because the visa process is like, I beg you, Jerry, people should not kill me. So yeah, applying for visas here can really be a pain in the ass, and sometimes too, it's not just when you want to travel to other countries, even when you want to go back home. If you have an expiring visa, you're even afraid of going back home, because if you go back home and the visa expire, what shall you do? You have to now apply for visas again to come back to your place of residence, and believe me, it's not funny. What if you go back home and then with this whole COVID-19 saga, you just get stuck there and then your visa expires? That you have to not only apply to get a new visa to come back, you also have to think of flying. I mean, if there is no flight, what will you do? Yeah, that's the anyway, that's a story for another day. But something else, you see, I'm inside the house and I'm almost putting on sweaters. The weather, no, 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 no. The thing is, sometimes I actually like winter. I really like winter because it kind of, I feel like it makes me fresh. By the time you cover everywhere, your skin inside, moisture and all that, although it's sometimes can be really dry, but at least it's not as annoying as summer. The good thing about summer is that you can take really cute picture, like your pictures will be bam bam. But winter, but the downside to winter though is that it's not really good for, in fact, it's not good for our hair. The I think the weather abroad, even in both in China and here in Europe, is not good for the African hair, the texture and all that. My hair really dries out and sometimes can get really, really itchy at times. Well, in Nigeria, it has the moisture because it's a tropical area, and it even helps the hair to grow. But here my hair is not even moving forward, it's not moving backward, it's just there. I don't understand, but I mean, that's how it is. So the weather here can be really, really annoying at times. Sometimes even you have to sleep, you have the heater on, but even sleeping with heater is not very good because sometimes you wake up and you already have body pains. And apart from the amount of money you pay for the heating system, don't think it's free. No, no, it's not free. You also have to pay for it, and having to wear a lot of dresses sometimes can be good though for your fashion, you know what I mean. But some days you're just like, I beg, let me just wear singlet and palms and sleep trousers and go. Well, you cannot try it, especially right now. The cold will just finish you. Cold will just finish you. I'm even lucky that I'm in Europe. Imagine people that are in Canada. Hey, the reason I refuse to migrate to Canada is because of the weather. I'm like, I can't even deal. I cannot deal. Like, there are different abroads. I'll go to the other abroad. I can manage their weather. I mean, I should talk about racism, right? But I'm going to skip this part because even if you go back home, there's still tribalism. So just the same thing, but different name. Maybe not everything the same, but yeah, I get the idea. Still hatred and all that, but let's just skip that. Then it has to do with culture differences and all that. I noticed that, like, here, I'm always saying sorry when I'm not supposed to say sorry, and then I have to explain it. Like at the point I was like, saying sorry is like a cultural thing for me. When something happens, the first thing that comes out of my mouth is sorry, even though I'm not the person that caused it. And people don't look at me like, why are you saying sorry? It's not your fault. I'm like, sorry. Like, even I'm even saying sorry to explain my sorry. That is like a cultural thing for me. For us, just you always say ndo. If something happens to you, like I'm Igbo, and then in my local dialect we say ndo, and ndo usually translates as sorry. So we always just say sorry. In Nigeria, always saying sorry yo, sorry yo. It's just a cultural thing. But you find the differences in culture. I'll give you an example of sorry. There are other things too that differ in both culture. Not just about even the way the greetings, the way people respond to you, and all. It's a learning point. I mean, you can learn from it and you can try to understand people that same way, but it's usually not the same thing with your own culture. I mean, these are some of the things I can talk about, like when it has to do with some of the downsides to living abroad. So I would like you all to, leave comments in the comment section if there are some things I'm missing out on, if there is something that is paining you specially as you're living in the abroad that you're missing out back home. And one thing again, that time that we are doing the protest in Nigeria, it pained me because I was not there. I was just protesting online, but the vibe of the whole protest, I was like, I wish I was in Nigeria at this time. It would have been very epic, you know, going to enjoy the protest, coming out to fight for your rights. Although the government just made the whole thing like very, very bloody in the end. But I mean, when the whole thing was just, the vibe of the whole thing was just there. I really wanted to be home at that point, but I don't. So let me know in the comment section if there's anything that is really paining you about living abroad, or if you're already in Nigeria and you're like, I don't mind missing this thing. I don't mind missing this. I just want to live abroad. I just want to leave Nigeria to go to somewhere else. I mean, it's, forget all the things I'm saying, you know. You still want to stay here. I'm not going back home except I'm gonna visit. I'm missing it, so I know, I understand. What is miss, we miss, we not kill person. I'm not going back. I'm really not. So yeah, let me know in the comment section and give this video a thumbs up if you really like it, and consider joining the Adaz Place family. It's free. All you have to do is just click on the subscribe button, turn on your bell. Whenever I post a new video, you get notified, and yeah, that's just basically it. Also check out some other videos. You know, I'm going to leave some end screens here so you can always check out some of these videos, and yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Ciao.